Hey there, YouTube. Trying to make a new section. Basically, what I want to cover in this new section is, talk about those games, those comic books, those movies that really made an impact on me and are like the crown jewels of my collection. I want to take the opportunity that Pokemon's back on the spotlight with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and talk a little bit about the game that started the whole craze, Pokemon Red, with my favorite Pokemon of all time, Charizard, right there on the cover. I remember seeing the commercials on this game, and I collect Club Nintendo magazine, which is the Nintendo Power we get here in Mexico, and they talked a lot about this game, and I'm into RPGs, and I thought this was an interesting take on RPGs at the time. You capture Pokemon, these little pocket monsters. Then you train them, you level them up, and as you level them up, they learn new skills and they evolve into even more powerful forms. So I thought that was really unique. So I got this game a little bit after launch. I popped it in my Game Boy Color, and I was fascinated with the whole thing. I mean, it's a really fun RPG. A lot of people say it's a kiddie RPG, but it has a lot of strategy into it, a lot of depth, and I just love this version of the Pokemon series. To express that, I of course got these little collectibles of the party I have on my team. The first one, the very first Pokemon I got to choose was this little guy. It's a Charmander. I thought the design was really cool, and it's a fire Pokemon, so I thought that was neat. Then after leveling up this little guy, who I named Inferno, he evolved into Charmander, and then his ultimate form is of course Charizard. I love the design on Charizard. I think he's the best designed Pokemon out there. Out of all the Pokemon, even the newer ones that have come out, Charizard is still my top fave. After that, the second party member I had, of course, was a Mewtwo. Unless you stated otherwise, most everyone had in their party a Mewtwo, since he is the most powerful Pokemon out there. Some of the newer Pokemon give this guy a run for the money, but for my tastes, nobody beats Mewtwo. And this guy has a little glowing action there, which I think is cool. Then the second party member of my team was this guy over here. As most people saw, well, if you watched the cartoon, you saw the episode where Ash was trying to be the psychic gym leader, and Ghost type supposedly was strong against Psychic, but that's not the case in the game, because these Ghost type have poison attributes. They're not really good against Psychic, but against other Pokemon, they do hold out. And I liked Gengar. I like his design. I mean, look at that evil grin. It's just a mischievous little Pokemon. So he's Phantom. I named him. He's part of my team. Then you also needed a electric type Pokemon, and Electabuzz, or Mega Shock, as I named him, fit that bill. He had a lot of fighting moves. Well, I equipped him with some fighting moves, plus his electrical attacks and even some ground attacks. So I think a lot of people go for Pikachu or Raichu or Zapdos, but for me, Mega Shock was my electric go-to guy. And the other member of my party was Draco, a Gyarados. I remember it was a pain in the butt to catch a Magikarp and then raise him up to a Gyarados. I mean, Magikarps are pretty much useless. But once you evolve them into a Gyarados, he has some really neat Dragon type attacks. So yeah, Gyarados is my big heavy hitter. The other member of my party, which I don't have a toy for because I haven't found one that I like, is Pidgeot. I named that guy Silverbolt, and he had his move Fly, which saved him from a lot of battles. Anytime someone used Psychic or Hyper Beam, if I timed it right, Fly would get him out of the air and, let me attack. So a lot of people don't like the bird type Pokemon because they're weak against other Pokemon. But Silverbolt after Charizard is like the second Pokemon I got, so for me, that Pidgeot is, like a main guy. Okay, so talked about all the characters and all, but let's see how the game actually plays. I'm gonna do that on the good old SNES, and I have a Super Game Boy connected there. So let's look at some gameplay footage. Okay, so starting up the old Super Nintendo with the Super Game Boy. It's a neat little thing to be able to play your Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo. You can also do the same with the old GameCube with the Game Boy player. Okay, so this is the original Pokemon Red. As you can see, Charmander is right there at the beginning. We continue our game. And let's take a look at my Pokemon as they looked on this version. There's Inferno, the first Pokemon I got from Professor Oak, and like I said, my favorite Pokemon of all time. Then there's Mewtwo, just an overpowered beast. There's his moves. And we have Phantom, the Gengar. Then we have Draco. Nope, my bad. It's a water and flying type. Like I said, I got some dragon moves in there. Then there's Mega Shock, my electric type. And finally, Silverbolt. My Pidgeot. Like I said, Fly is just a really useful move on any Pokemon. And just to, yeah, it is true. I own all 151 Pokemon in this little cart. It's the only game of the Pokemon series that I own that I have a complete Pokédex. Each and every Pokemon. I even got from a friend, as soon as I get to him, a Mew. I have a Mew on this cartridge. Mew, when he originally came out on this version, was, a secret character. Now they have a secret character, or even two secret characters for the newer games. But, if you had a Mew, you were like, because you completed the Pokédex, you were like, it was something really cool to have. And that's how the original game looked on the old Game Boy. Well guys, that was my quick look at Pokemon Red. My main problem with the Pokemon series is that I can't transfer my party from this game into the newer versions. I mean, you can do it, you just have to get the remake they made on the Game Boy Advance, Fire Red. But I don't know, I don't feel like I want to just make other versions of the Pokemon. I want this team because, like I said, I invested a lot of time and care into this team, and it is my favorite team of all time. If you know, you haven't gotten into Pokemon and you want to do so, I would advise you start with Fire Red on the Game Boy Advance, because this is, like I said, the game that started it all. Then you can go over to Emerald, Ruby, or Sapphire. Then make the jump to the DS version, Platinum, Diamond, or Pearl, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But definitely start with the original ones. Okay, so that's Vargas, XX78, signing off. Take care, guys.